The man that is throwing the grenades kind of like just shakes his head. Sorry, mate. Friendly fire. You'll get over it. He steps up and just walks towards this Conan guy. You see his stand punch Conan and pull out a red kind of ribbon. Once his fist leaves, that begins to weave itself into another heart. Odessa, you're close enough to him to do something if you want, but he seems to be a seasoned combatant. You can just tell by looking at him and the way he's just fucking marching through this mess like it's not a problem.
Well, that's scary, but I'll maybe take away his weapon. Can I just stand ability the new heart in his hand, like to the nearest corner?
Go ahead and give me a precision roll. So here's the thing that happens that you didn't predict. When you made that path earlier, you didn't account for something, a blind spot where there is a guard posted that actually shoots you when you go to try to do that. You take 1 physical stress because the bullet grazes you, but it breaks your concentration. The guy seeing that happen kind of shakes his head. No. You see, Conan here, he's not the most useful. He gives Conan a little kick. But his stand works very well with mine. Is why I keep him around. You're already under the effects. You don't even know it. That feeling you have, that's his stand. Goat level. Makes you feel nice and confident, all while you're working towards his goals, which luckily enough are mine as well. My stand. He tosses the heart grenade up and down in his hand for a moment. Vossi Bop causes terror, distress, and massive amounts of fucking anguish. In other words, he sets them up and I knock them down. All the plans you had up to this point, they're all going to be working against you now. And all the while, you're going to be dealing with this. And he actually detonates the grenade in his own hand, spraying himself and you with the crimson liquid. You're going to have to roll durability against this.
I'm so screwed.
You take 4 mental stress. You have a moderate consequence right now. You are horrified. Odessa, you are seized by this feeling of complete terror by this man. What he just did was absolutely fucking horrifying.
She's panicked and she runs off in a direction.
He looks at your group and then just wipes the basically blood off of his face. Conan is on the ground screaming because he got hit by that too. But you can see this other man's stand punching Conan again to pull another red ribbon off to make another grenade. The man with the grenades kind of chuckles to himself. By the way, my name's Stromzi. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the fucking 7 Nations. Your team, I'm going to say initiative really fully begins here. He doesn't seem to be relying on the guard response quite yet, and he doesn't seem to mind having his friend Conan, the guy on the ground, seem to mind him being disabled for the moment, but it seems like he's using him for ammo. Yeah, the alarms were silenced. That doesn't seem to bother him.
Which way does Odessa run?
I assume towards the group.
Yeah, probably, because they wouldn't let her just run right past them. So yeah, towards the group.
Vicky attacks her. She attempts to pull out the horrified part, if she can.
Okay. You're going to be horrified, but you can just swap mental conditions, I guess. Do you want to try to resist that, Odessa, or are you just going to let it happen?
I mean, my durability is 0, so...
I will say then you can get rid of your horrified condition consequence. Vicky, you have that now. It's a moderate consequence.
Okay.
So Odessa, you're no longer horrified, but I mean, you're still kind of horrified. There's still a man with fucking heart grenades that appears to be ready to just keep chucking them at you. But Vicky, for you, this feeling is like crimson pure terror, primal animalistic fear, like the same kind of fear that an animal would have if an explosion went off near them or the forest was on fire kind of fear.
Vicky, who's already kind of wild, is like starting to scream, and her tentacles are starting to like hit the walls and the floor around her, just like violently. She's about to go full crazy.
Oh man. Odessa is just like panting really hard and holding her like heart and just kind of like looking confused.
And Gabriella's kind of looking, saying, "Hey, did you bring me that gun?"
Here, take it, whatever.
By the way, the good version of that guy Conan is, now that you guys can see him, he got hit multiple times with those grenades, and he is just clutching his chest, and his face is frozen. His sunglasses have slid off. He's dead. It looks like he had a heart attack.
Oh boy.
You have a gun. What would you like to do with it other than shoot him, I guess?
Should probably start to kind of retreat back and probably have her stand, kind of help her aid. Probably precisely for actually like the alive Conan.
Say precision roll, I guess. He seems like he's going to swing into a direction and miss whatever it is he's swinging at. The bullet does hit him, though.
Excellent. That hurt. Then the doors start opening.
Yeah, whatever. I'll allow it. Yeah, the door opens and crows start to fly out of them. They just like it's hard to say what his secret would be now that he's evil. Other than I hate everyone. I hate Stromzi. I hate Stromzi. Fuck Stromzi. Fuck Stromzi. Stromzi looks back at that. Yeah, I know, mate. It's fucking fine. And he gives Conan like a kick, sort of tosser. So he's shot, but he's not down and out yet. It looks like that stand that he manifested, that flat orange and black stand, is kind of wriggling back to life, waving around in the air a little, and then wiggling its fingers at you all.
I guess Vincent would try to split Stormzy if he can.
You're gonna have to get in close for that. You saw what he did earlier, though. Keep that in mind. He just detonated one of his grenades like point blank.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect him.
What happens if you split Vicky?
Oh, interesting question.
Oh.
Like, will there be it's like a good bad split?
Yeah.
What happens if you kill one of them? I mean, the other Conan seems to still be up, so...
Yeah. I just imagine it as... I mean, nothing really happens to the other one if you kill one. It's just like there's a good and a bad one now.
Okay, can we maybe split Vicky and like put down her messed up, bad, evil side? It's probably ruined right now anyway. She's had a day.
We've all had a day.
Vicky's had a life.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Yeah, sure.
So, Vicky, you get split into two. What's the bad Vicky like, and what's the good Vicky like, I guess?
Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Well, the good Vicky, it's just kind of like her normal self. She's not actually all that bad. She's just always confused. The bad Vicky wants absolute control over this terrible situation and is probably still have the horrified condition, and she would do what Vicky was gonna do anyway and attempt to put the horrified condition into Stromzi. Like, take it! This is yours! Take it! It's yours!
Okay, so you see the bad Vicky charge. You don't even need to roll for it. You inflict that condition onto Stromzi.
She pulls out whatever good feelings Stromzi has, because she's addicted to good feelings. This hasn't come up yet. But she desperately wants to steal good feelings from other people.
Okay, you take... I'll make both of their sheets public for you guys, actually, so you guys can see what they have. You can see their sheets now. They're under the Seven Nation Army folder.
Neither of these seem particularly good. Guess we'll just take Havoc because she's evil Vicky. Oh no, that's the trouble. I guess Spy Finder.
Oh, there's one thing I forgot. Odessa, you have a mild physical condition. When you got horrified, you also got heart palpitations. So that's a mild condition that you have. So I'm sorry, what did you take, Vicky?
Spy Finder, I guess. The happiest one there. So it's like a hit. She like tries to take the good stuff to make herself feel better.
All right, you take that. It's the last thing that you're gonna feel.
Yeah.
Because when you're that close and when you're connected to him and he's horrified, he just looks at you with this twisted, angry face, and then puts the heart grenade right against evil Vicky's own face and squeezes it till it explodes. This is point blank. You can try to resist it if you'd like, but it's probably gonna hurt. This is something I would say at this range you need to roll, I would say, speed against. With a 6. Okay. You take 1 mental stress from that.
Okay.
For the moment, anyway.
Well, that's evil Vicky. I guess I'll add in 2 more panels.
Yeah. You'd be up to 3 mental stress, I guess.
Well, no, I just they're 2 different people now, so
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
whatever. I'd say to balance this out. All right, we'll say it like this. Your evil version is also the version that has the least amount of control over themselves and their stand. They have all of the flaws and nothing to balance it out, which means once that grenade goes off and it's just in this violent havoc situation, that this very violent encounter, he is actually able to invoke 2 things. The first is the +2 that you made earlier through your scouting. He invokes that by having you kind of just where he wants you, or rather where Conan would want you to be if you were defeated. This is Conan's stand thing. If you look at Conan's sheet, he takes advantages that are made and they're just his advantages because it's a false optimism. And then for Stromzi, he is invoking his own trouble, havoc in the shape of a man. This is basically your worst nightmare if you're obsessed with control. This is somebody who just takes the situation and makes it far, far worse. That puts him, instead of a 5, or instead of just 1 above you, he is now 5 above, which means you take 5 mental stress, which puts you over into a consequence. The mild one. Frantic. I guess it's really, yes, frantic.
Okay.
And you also take 2 physical stress. Just quite a messy fight right now. You are just covered in basically blood. And when you're that close to him, he's going to hit you with his stand. His stand is going to punch your evil Vicky self. 3. You can roll against that if you'd like. This is how quickly you can react. Okay. You take 2 more physical stress. Does that put you over? I think it does. No, you're at 4.
I don't actually know how much they have, so yeah.
You're maxed out on your evil's maxed out on mental. Your physical, you took 2 stress, but that's fine. When the stand punches you, it pulls out a red ribbon from you, actually reducing your mental stress by 2. Putting you at 2 mental stress and 2 physical stress. Yes. If you read Stromzi's sheet, this is what he uses your mental stress as ammunition. Now that you're this close, also, you're close enough to Conan where he's going to try to make an attack against you. So you can roll, again, speed, I guess. You take 2 mental stress from his attack. When his stand goat level hits you, it just feels like anguish and betrayal even. So you're back up to being maxed out at mental stress, and now your enemy is armed with a grenade that has a +2 advantage against you next time he rolls. But that is evil Vicky. Good Vicky is fine. Evil Vicky is about to get real thunder fucked here. The rest of you can see evil Vicky get basically 1-2 comboed by Conan and Stromzi. What will you want to do about that? Is there anything anybody in your group that wants to step forward and try to like do something? If not, Joe will act.
This sounds ridiculous. She's gonna move in and try to strangle Stromzi with her stand. Like, just choke him.
You can just go for a throat punch. That might make more sense.
Okay, sure.
His stand tries to block the throat punch, but to no avail. He takes the hit. You actually end up clearing out his airways and making it easier for him to breathe. This is Conan's other ability. Any advantages that you take while you're under the effects of goat level work against you. You've stirred him away from the moment of panic that he was in, giving him clarity.
I still want to try and split Stormzy, I think.
The thing about good guys in this case you should probably remember is that his definition of good might not be the same as yours.
Yeah, he still might be loyal to 7 Nation.
That's true.
You're gonna have to fight evil Vicky after this, just telling you. If she survives.
I'll clash with Conan, why not?
You win. You ragdoll this man. You just rained physical blows down on him.
Yeah.
Do you have a battle cry for your flurry?
Yeah. What?
Andy Warhol, but just Warhol.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Just starts listing off random artists as he punches you.
Yeah. Yeah, you just fuck him up really badly. He just gets hit with a blur of blows and then gets ragdolled away. He is currently on the ground in agony from the mental anguish, from the physical beating that you've just given him. When you do that, one of the guards from earlier that shot at Odessa actually fires at you.
Uh-oh.
You're going to have to beat a 4.
It's my defensive stat, so.
All right, you take 1 physical stress. You guys can see there are 3 more of these soldiers on the way. Like they're running up right now and they're taking position. Conan is pretty fucked up. Stromzi is looking, I mean, he's fucked up too, but he looks like he is not pulling out of this fight so easy.
Did we plant the explosives already?
No.
No. You can try to break off to do that. If you want to, like, in the chaos, try to. I mean, that is what your cell does, is how you operate. Direct combat isn't exactly what you guys specialize in.
Yeah, she'll probably kind of break off to go plant some explosives.
So you're going to break off from the group.
Yeah.
Give me a... You have, was it Stealth Boys, I think?
Yeah, so
Like passive opposition, we'll say probably a 4, because this is a pretty...
oh, come on.
Oof. Do you want to re-roll that?
Yeah, I'll reroll that.
Could always just use my stand ability to help
Oh,
you get there
true.
faster.
Oh, right.
Trying to go ahead or behind us?
If you go ahead, it's to finish the mission. If you go behind, it's to make an escape route. Those are really like what the options are here.
Behind.
Alright, Odessa's gonna give you a head start and launch you backwards somewhere.
So you get teleported to a corner where there's a broken down vending machine that sells 7 Nation themed colas. Just a quick read of the flavors tell you that there's Halloween punch, bloody red cream.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's awful. That is awful.
That's cute. That's freaking cute.
What?
Shrug.
Roku lime soda is another one.
Ew.
I'm gonna be glad to blow this vending machine up.
Something you guys have to keep in mind, you are still being affected by goat level, which means you may be more optimistic about an option that isn't the right option. Knowing what you've been told about this, I will say the best thing to do is the counterintuitive thing, because what you think is going to work is actually what he wants you to think. You have to basically reverse psychology yourself as best as you can.
Okay, so
The worst thing you can do is chuck it without looking, just blindly.
yeah.
And you do that. The bomb is set. How's it detonated?
She's probably gonna wait for you to, like, signs that you're coming back. Unless you communicate from afar, like, that you're clear of the area.
Seeing that your group is trying to make an escape, Joe, feeling confused, conflicted, just not sure about what he can do here, makes a desperate move and charges towards Conan to finish him off, try to finish what Vincent started, the leader. And this is something that really turns very weird. Joe tries to speed past Stromzi and succeeds in doing so. You see Stromzi try to clothesline Joe. Go ahead and give me an Evil Vicky roll, because Evil Vicky probably doesn't like Joe. She can attack
How
him.
happy does Joe seem?
Not happy at all.
Then she probably would ignore him for the
Yep.
future. If evil Vicky lives through this, her goal is to steal the joy of other people.
Oh, good.
That's her. Yeah. So there you go.
So you see Joe slide past Stromzi and Evil Vicky, rush desperately, and then perform a diving punch onto the currently downed Conan. And you see a stand emerge from him, from Joe, that looks like a black figure clad in silver armor with kind of vaguely almost cat-like accents on its chest plate and on its headpiece. That figure strikes Conan while he's on the ground, and all of you who are still there, as you're like working to make your escape, as you're struggling, see Conan begin to ignite.
Oh my god.
Conan begins to scream and try to put himself out, but can't. The fire just catches onto his hands. It catches onto all of his clothes. Stromzi actually freezes and looks back, and all of you can see Conan burn up alive. Just immolate entirely, just entirely set up like a firework. And then you see he is completely gone. and then something really fucking strange happens.